Good morning, everybody. John Millen with Benefit Hackers. Today, I'm going to talk about what things happened this year in our business that might help you, that allowed us to dramatically help more companies and employees. I mean, dramatic growth, 2x type growth in less than 12 months, essentially. I'm not ready yet to release our statistics because I'm still doing some auditing, but it was a massive growth year for us. And I wanted to pinpoint, I was thinking driving to work, what were some of the key things that happened or that we did or that occurred that I think really contributed to that. And so these are things, as I thought about them, that I think can help any business owner. So especially if you're a business owner or someone that works with talent development or recruiting or human resources, CEO, president, I think this will apply. I really do, because I am co-founder of the company and I know what it's like to implement these strategies and these things that worked for us. And I think I'm almost positive this would apply to any industry. So I'll keep it sort of industry neutral, but I'll explain related to my industry so that it gives it some context. I'm really excited in a short, maybe next week or the week after, once we audited our results, to unveil what happened, because it's almost mind-boggling. Like if you would have told me back on January 1st of this year, 2019, that this would be the results, I would not have believed it. And we're pretty decent big thinkers. We're not illusionists. Like we don't fantasize about stuff, but I would have said no way. And I was a big thinker back then, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And I wanted to talk about 4 things that happened that caused our business to have such massive growth. And keep in mind, when I talk about growth, what I mean is that simply means that we are helping hundreds and hundreds, in our case, thousands of new employees that work at companies, whether it's a small company with 5 employees or whether it's a company with 160 employees, or a company that has 1,900 employees, and anything in between, in all different industries too. This meant we were able to impact them to such a degree that they trusted us as advisors for them in a variety of ways. So that's what that means to us. You have to measure business in some term. We measure it in a variety of different things, one of them being the number of employees that we impacted, and that's part of the audit we're going through now. It's staggering, the number of employees. And keep in mind, our target market, our target client has less than 100 employees typically. I have several accounts that are over 100. I have one that's almost 2,000. But our target market is really 10 employees, like 10 employees to 100, which is 98% of all businesses in America, by the way. So that's our core market. And if a client fits in the value proposition and the core values that we hold, then we can work with them. For instance, we brought on a client that has now 160 employees that fits that model. And so it's not a big stretch to going from serving a company with 80 employees to 160, right? It's not that big a deal. We know where we're not servicing, like we're not going after Walmart, Midwest Vaco, Capital One, thousands and thousands of employees. It's just not our fit. That's not where our strength is. So let me get back to why I'm on the call. 4 things. Number 1, we invested in great people. We invested. Now, this is a very specific word that I'm using because on January 1, we brought on 2 new full-time employees, salary benefit employees, right? Not contractors, not 1099, W-2 employees. It's very different than bringing on a contractor where you can kind of scale up and down. These are W-2 full-time employees. One as an account manager and producer, and the other as a account manager, coordinator, operations person, okay? Then on April 1st, we brought on another producer, also kind of an outward public relations marketing role. So by April 1st, we had 3 new people. We doubled the size of our company. We had 3 and we added 3 more. And we actually had 4, but we let one person, it was best that we separated. We went our separate ways, so we were down to 3, and then we added 2, then we had 1. So now we're to 6. Okay. We invest in them because when you're a small company, you take on new employees, temporarily they're not productive yet, right? And it's just normal. It's the way it is. But as a business owner, you're like, okay, 30 days in, 60 days in, you get anxious because you want to start seeing results. Now, some roles have an immediate impact because it's driven by operations and account management and things that contribute to the company, definitely. Other roles have more new business and production requirements, which take some time, right? Business just doesn't come in instantaneously. And so it's an investment in great people. I don't look at it as an expense, even though temporarily any new employee that comes on, they're not fully productive yet. It's the way every business is. And so you have to realize we're investing. We're investing in these people. This is not an expense, even though it's drilling into the top line big time. And you might not even have revenue coming in to sustain it, but you keep rolling forward. You find a way to make it work. And that's what we did. We kept that in mind, that we were investing in great people, not just good people, not just average people, but we had gone through enough trial and error over the years of hiring and firing and hiring and firing and recruiting to really, the senior partner of our firm, Laura, really had got to a point where she had a great feel about people. And that just took some time to go through some bad people along the way, some great people along the way, and all kinds of mix. So that's number one. Do not be afraid to invest in a good person. Do not be afraid. Second, we invested in training big time. This is a hard one to wrap your head around, because training seems like, oh, great, we're spending all this money and where's the result? And you don't understand. And this is what I've come to realize. I was excited about investing in training, but not to the level that we invested in. Like, we invested a lot of money, tens of thousands, lots of money. Why? Because we had been around Grant Cardone and Russell Brunson and these leaders, Simon Sinek. We had been watching and learning and listening about invest in your people, invest in your people, invest in your people. And then you go to invest 20 grand for a seminar for 4 people. It's a little different to pull the trigger when you're like, oh gosh, I got to really write the check here. But the investment of our people in deep dive boot camps, these are on-site trainings, 4 days, out of state, in a deep dive, with other people in their level, other business owners, professionals trying to get better. That it's scary to invest up front, but I think that was a big component that is now paying dividends. But in the moment, you're like, oh, sure hope this works, right? I sure hope this is going to have an impact. But we had been to some of those ourselves first as business owners. We had gone to that deep dive boot camp from Grant Cardone. We had seen the impact to us. We're like, wow, we got to get our people back. But again, you got to like, okay, it's how much for an airplane and hotels, and we're paying the whole thing. The company's paying the whole thing and time out of office. So all that stuff is an investment in training and skill development. And it's different than it was years ago when I would go to a training class. You left, someone would say, how was the training? You're like, good. And you'd forget half of it in an hour, and you would never implement any of it. It was total waste. This is very different. This is deep dive, tactical. This is what you do. Gets you around other people that think big. We made a lot of connections. So that was number 2. Investing in those hands-on trainings, those tactical trainings. 3, also related to skill development, is daily, I'm going to call it training, but it's daily training calls. 20 minutes, Monday through Friday, from 8:45 a.m. to 9:05. everyone's on the call. Whether you're driving, traveling, at home, some people are sick when they're calling in from home. It doesn't matter. We're all on the call, and there is a regimented training series we're going through. We use Cardone University. We're getting trained by Grant Cardone on video segments. These are short, like 5-6 minute segments. And we're doing 3 a day. And then we get on the call and we talk about, what did you learn? What popped out at you? What are you going to change? And I was a big negative nanny on this one. I'm like, oh, this is good for everybody else, but I don't need training. I don't need sales training. I've been doing this 25 years. And I'm one of the owners. And Laura's like the senior partner, like, no, I think you really need to be on because you're an owner. You need to show that you support it. And it ain't cheap. So we're paying for 6 seats. And, we're paying over 10 grand a year for this training platform. So we're going to use the platform. That was another thing. Like there was an investment of time and money, the two things that are required for commitment. You're investing time or you're investing money or both. So it was both for us, right? It was an investment of money on our end, the company's end, 10, 11 grand a year for this platform. And then 20 minutes a day consistently, everybody. And what happened is, you hear other people's feedback. You hear people from maybe an operations or customer service standpoint talk about a call about prospecting. Like, okay, well, their job isn't new business prospecting, but it is because they're talking to an existing client. And maybe they hear something. The client says, yeah, I'm having trouble with our payroll system. We're having trouble with our platform or whatever it might be. They are in tune with the call and they go, hey, we have some things that can maybe help you. So getting everyone thinking and getting their skills better is crucial. Now, the trainer is someone that has walked the walk. Like, this is not just some generic training, although some of it is very generic, but it's Grant himself on video talking about these are the pitfalls that I went through. This is where I went off track. This is what I suggest you do now. The guy's worth hundreds of millions of dollars and is still active in the game. And it's legit training. Like, you're getting trained by a multi-millionaire, probably soon to be billionaire business owner. So it's really good training. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is the hardest. And there's probably more than just 4, but the fourth is patience. Just letting me give it time. Because there were some months that was pretty stressful, right? When you're investing all this capital into your people, into training, into deep dives, into other things, it can be financially stressful some months. But we found a way. We made it work. It wasn't easy. It wasn't like we're just sitting around, we're in insurance, we have all this cash just laying around. That's not it. We found a way to make it work. Because we knew we were investing. We knew the results will come because initially the results weren't coming. But we were patient. We were like, I know this is going to work. We know it. We see it. We have good people. They have good attitudes. They're excited. They have a good mission. They want to help people. Like, everything was aligning. We're all on the same page, which is really rare. But it was all these components we got together that I think, in large part, it's hard to quantify, but in large part is why we had such an amazing year and helped so many companies and so many employees, including my own employees. I mean, the job satisfaction, their confidence levels went up, their ability to enjoy what they were doing again in some cases went up. They're making an impact on people, not just going to work and looking forward to 5 p.m. to go home. That was staggering. And the scary thing is we're just kind of getting started because this really didn't ramp up until the middle of the year because there's this learning curve, right? When you bring new people on, then we started implementing training. And then the other thing that happened, so the fourth was patience. You got to give it some time. And that's the hardest thing for business owners, to wait and just give it time. It's going to kick in. The other 2 things I would say is that we embraced change. We embraced some things that hit us in the face that were unexpected. We're like, bam! We're like, okay, that sucks. there are two major things that happened. We separated from a major partner of ours that we worked together at, not an employee, but a partnership that we had developed for 3 years. We separated from that, which is a big hit, but it was the good thing, the right thing to do for us. But it was hard. It was like a big impact. And second, we had another major change hit us where we actually added a new line of coverage. We had to adopt new technology, but it was unexpected. It was like instantly, boom. Like it wasn't prep time. It was like, this is happening right now. And it was as a result of some things that we did wrong. Like we made I made a bad decision on something, which triggered the second episode to occur, where we lost support and we had to adjust really fast. So in the moment, I'm like, that was really stupid that I did that. I can't believe I messed up. Nothing unethical, nothing illegal, just a bad decision. But what happened because of that is we were able to adjust and go, all right, well, we got the people. Yep. We got the willpower. Yep. We'll make it work. We'll figure out a way. And so those two things smacked us in the face at the same time of all this other things going. And I think that those ingredients were some of the few things that I think have allowed us to dramatically grow this year. And we're on another trajectory to do it again, at least that much or more next year. Adding people, right? So now we get comfortable, like, okay, let's keep going. Laura, the senior partner, is like, okay, we got to add some more people. I'm like, no, we just added 3. She's like, no, we got to keep the momentum. I'm like, oh gosh, you got to do it again. So it's a process, and in that process also, what's really important to us is taking care of the people that got us here and giving back to them and making sure that it will be financially rewarding for them, short term and also long term, because we want to build something that's going to have lasting value and that's not going to disappear, maybe in a downturn, like an economic downturn. We're setting ourselves up to be resistant to major things that are happening, not just comfortable with one, let's say stream of income is a bad word, but one product line. Multiple product lines will insulate us from downturns, economic issues, whatever might happen. Our services will still be in demand. So hope this was valuable. This is what we've learned. I can't wait to announce our results, but I hope you're enjoying these podcasts. Let me know, leave some feedback. You can leave a message. You can check us out at hackmybenefits.com. You can go to our YouTube channel. Just search on Benefit Hackers. You can go to my LinkedIn channel. Lots of great content there. And we're soon going to be releasing a brand new website, digital strategy, probably by February 1st, March 1st of next year. So thanks so much. Have a great Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll talk soon.